Welcome to Module 7 of 10 Success Factors for Service Desk Agents. I'm Jeff Rumberg, co-founder and managing partner of MetricNet. Today, we're going to cover success factor number 7, adopting a servant's mindset. This might sound like a strange choice of words. After all, who wants to be a servant? The word definitely has some negative connotations, but I want to turn that notion around and discuss not only why a servant's mindset is not a bad thing, but why it's a key success factor in your career as a service desk agent. Let's start with the fact that we all have responsibilities in our lives, responsibilities to our family members, our kids, our community, those we work with, and many others. Having a servant's mindset simply means that we serve our constituents and customers with deference, respect, competence, and humility. Some might characterize these as soft skills, things like empathy, tone of voice, and demeanor that presumably put your customers at ease, give them confidence that their issue will be handled effectively, and contribute positively to the overall customer experience. But a servant's mindset goes beyond mere soft skills. It's a state of mind that an agent can adopt and develop over time that effectively conveys to the customer that I'm here to serve you. This might sound self-evident, but if you have ever listened in on support calls, listened to recordings of support calls, or read chat logs of support interactions, you know that a tone of deference, respect, and humility doesn't always come across. I think there are several reasons for this. The first is that technical skills seem to trump everything else. They tend to be placed at the top of the priority list of agent skills and attributes. And while technical competence is a must-have as a service desk agent, I think it's just one of several criteria that should be at the top of the list. I think it's fair to say that a servant's mindset is a subjective quality, one that's difficult to measure. Despite this, customers know when an agent displays this quality. They sense it, they feel it. Whether it's the tone of voice, the empathetic language, the incisive questioning, or the words of affirmation, it's a quality that customers pick up on and react very favorably to. So how does an agent develop and exhibit this mindset? Well, the first thing is to simply be aware of the importance of having a servant's mindset. You're there to serve the customer. That precedes everything else. Secondly, as you're getting ready for work, whether driving into an office or working from a home office, put yourself into a servant's mindset. This may be a hard habit to develop because many do just the opposite on their way to work. They gear up for war, in a sense, and begin psychologically preparing not for a day of service, but for a day of conflict and challenge. And while conflict and challenge may present themselves from time to time, they do in every job. This is not the way to think about and prepare for the day ahead of you. So try this. Instead of thinking about all of the challenges that might await you when you start work for the day, think about all the good things that will inevitably comprise most of your day. The positive interactions, the grateful customers you quickly return to full productivity, the new agent that you help on a difficult customer ticket, the informal advice that you offer to your peers. In fact, if you're like most agents, the majority of your day is filled with tasks that help and provide a vital service to your customers. When you came at the day with that perspective, you're setting yourself up for success. Your customers will know that you're there not to dutifully grind through one ticket after another, but to serve them to the best of your abilities. Now, I have to acknowledge the obvious here. We all have days where we're not as perky and enthusiastic about work as we would like to be, especially if this idea of a servant's mindset is new to you. It may take a while before it becomes a habit. But there's something I learned a long time ago that has helped me in my career, and it's this: mood follows action. 3 simple words: mood follows action. What does it mean? It means that even if you're not feeling excited about work, even if you're not in the servant's mindset, you can get there fairly quickly by just going through the motions. I know that might sound disingenuous, fake it until you make it, but it really works. I'm not sure who coined the expression that mood follows action, but I have found it to be virtually foolproof. If you start acting in a particular way, even if you're not really feeling it, you will soon start feeling that way. I'm not trying to feed you some psychobabble here, but if you try this simple technique, I think you might be surprised how quickly you can get into a servant's mindset, even when you're not quite feeling that way. You may recall that back in Module 2, I spoke about tracking your progress relative to your performance objectives. Well, it should be no surprise that you can do that to measure how effective you are at developing a servant's mindset. Almost every agent receives periodic reports on their performance. Most often, these take the form of monthly scorecards or call quality reviews combined with coaching sessions. Regarding the effectiveness of your customer interactions, examine the metrics that are specific to the quality of those interactions. These metrics typically include customer satisfaction, net promoter score, customer experience scores, or even a customer effort score. Let's assume for the sake of this example that you receive a customer satisfaction score each month. That score might be derived from 5, 10, or maybe even 20 customer satisfaction surveys that were submitted that month from customers that you served. Once you adopt this concept of the servant's mindset, you should see some upward movement in your customer satisfaction scores. Moreover, almost every customer satisfaction survey has a free form field where the customer can write comments about the experience they had with you. Pay particularly close attention to these comments as they provide great insight into whether the customer is responding the way you would expect them to. For example, do you see comments like helpful, listens well, went above and beyond, courteous, took the time to understand, was not rushed, and so on? These words and phrases will tell you if you're on the right track, connecting with and communicating a powerful service ethic to your customers. Even if you're somewhat skeptical of this approach, and I know that some of you will be, I encourage you to try it. I think you will quickly see that customers respond more favorably to you. You gain respect and admiration from your peers at work, and you just feel better about the job you're doing. There's no downside here. It's a win-win for everyone involved. Congratulations, you have now completed Module 7 of 10 Success Factors for Service Desk Agents. I look forward to seeing you in the next module.